हमारे YouTube चैनल साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी में आपका स्वागत है। Important terms used in paint technology. Paint. A classification sometimes employed to distinguish pigmented drying oil coatings, paints, from synthetic enamels and lacquers. Coating, a generic term of paints, lacquers, enamels, and the like. Also, a liquid composition, which is converted to a solid protective, decorative, or functional adherent film. After application as a thin layer, binder A, resinous or resin-forming constituent of a paint that binds together the pigment particles and holds them on the surface. Pigment. The fine solid particles used in the preparation of paint or printing ink and substantially insoluble in the vehicle. Extender A, carbonate or silicate pigment that has little hiding power, but which is included in paints for other useful purposes, for example, flattening, color dilution, or rheology control. It is usually considered chemically inert. Enamel A paint that is characterized by an ability to form an especially smooth film. Glaze. A very thin coating of a paint product, usually a semi-transparent coating tinted with pigment, applied on a previously painted surface to produce a decorative effect. Lake A special type of organic pigment, essentially consisting of an organic soluble coloring matter combined more or less definitely with an inorganic base or carrier. It is characterized generally by a bright color and a more or less pronounced translucency when made into an oil paint. Printing ink. A colored or pigmented liquid or paste composition that dries to a solid film after application as a thin layer by printing machinery. Putty, a dough-like material consisting of pigment and vehicle, used for sealing glass in frames and for filling imperfections in wood or metal surfaces. Sealer A liquid composition to prevent excessive absorption of finish coats into porous surfaces. It is also a composition to prevent bleeding. Shellac. Orange-colored resin, which is a secretion of the lac beetle found in great quantities in India and Indochina. Shellac is ordinarily dissolved in denatured ethyl alcohol. Stain. A penetrating composition that changes the color of a surface, usually transparent, and leaving practically no surface film. Thinner A hydrocarbon solvent used to reduce the viscosity of paints to appropriate working consistency, usually just prior to application. Tinting strength. The relative capacity of a pigment to impart color to a white base. Toner. An organic pigment that does not contain inorganic pigment or an inorganic carrying base and is insoluble in the pure form. Vehicle. The liquid portion of a paint or printing ink. Anything that is dissolved in the liquid portion of a paint or printing ink is a part of the vehicle. It is composed of a binder and a thinner. Primer. The first of the two or more coats of paint, varnish or lacquer. कृपया लाइक करें, सब्सक्राइब करें, कमेंट करें और बेल आइकन दबाएं।